Good morning. My name is Linda Bruin, and I'm the Director of Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment for the Reedsburg School District. I'm here today to share 5 tips on how to help your child prepare to take the forward exam, which is coming up in April. April is testing season in the state of Wisconsin. So tip number 5, just be aware as a parent that this is happening. Sometime in the next week, you should be receiving, or maybe even the end of this week, a brochure in the mail about the forward exam. It explains everything in detail and also gives you links to the Wisconsin DPI website where you can go and get more information. It's accompanied by a letter, and on the letter is the exact schedule of when children will be testing per grade level. So if you consult that, you'll know exactly the dates that your child in each grade will be taking the assessment. So that's how you can become aware. I'm going to take you over to view the Wisconsin DPI Forward Exam website. This is where you'll end up when you type in the link that's in the brochure. And if you look down the left-hand column, you will scroll down to where you see practice tests, sample items, and that will take you to this page. And if you scroll down on this page, you will see what they call the online tools training portion. And that is the kinds of tools that your child will have available for them to take the test. Their teachers are practicing with them using these tools. I'm taking you to this spot just so that you're aware of what your children are able to use in order to support them in taking the test, so that you're aware of what they are. And then there are also student tutorials. Now, if you click into this area, you will get to a page that actually shows you sample items for the forward exam. And teachers are using those sample items right now with your children and will be in early April. But you can also click into the sample items, and then you will see that there are sample items specific to each grade level. So you can click on any of those sample item grade levels, and then you'll see that it breaks it down into English, language arts, and math for grades 3, 5, 6, 7. And in grades 4 and 8, they also are tested in science and social studies. And grade 10, your children will be taking what we call the Aspire 9 and Aspire 10 tests during April. And the Aspire 10 test tests their English, language arts, math, and science. But because of state law, the 10th graders also have to take a social studies test, so they take the forward exam for that social studies test. When you click on that, you will see the first item is item sampler under each one. And when you click into the item sampler, you will see that it actually gives you a username and a password to type in so that you can see what the test might look like for your child. And that will make you aware. Tip number 5 is to become aware of the kinds of questions and what the test might look like for your child. Tip number 4 is to then go in there and just play around with it with your child. Look at those sample items together, talk about, how you might look at taking the test, and what's going to really help is what I call tip number 3, which is to practice and to help to alleviate some of their anxiety. So I've got 3 children of my own. They're all grown up now. But when they were in school, my 2 boys had no problem taking tests. They, no big deal. It's test time. We go in, we do it. But my daughter had a little bit of test anxiety. So what we tried to do at home was just reinforce for her, you know what, this doesn't count on your grade. It's not going to affect whether you move on to the next grade level. It just is going to give your teachers sort of a picture of how well you're doing in these subjects. So go in and do your best. That's all we ask. So if you can, as parents, help to alleviate some of that test anxiety for your children, that's fantastic, because you're, their number one resource. And the last thing we want to talk about is making sure that they get plenty of sleep the night before the testing. So that's why it's important to consult the schedule so you know which dates exactly your child will be testing. The night before, you can get them as relaxed as possible. Make sure they get a good night's sleep. And the morning of testing, make sure they have a really good breakfast, or that you know for a fact they're going to eat breakfast at school, or maybe both. Some children enjoy both. And so those are the tips that we have to offer you as parents to help your child to feel comfortable around state testing, and to help you feel more comfortable about what it is your child is expected to know in order to be as successful as possible on those tests. Within the brochure, it is also explained as to what sorts of results will occur and what you can expect to, when you can expect to see the results for your child. So thank you so much for joining me this morning, and I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. My email and phone number are both listed on our website under the curriculum portion of the web. Thank you. Have a great day.